All right, today we are diving deep into an absolute classic, Jack London's The Call of the Wild. Now, this is so much more than just a story about a dog. It's really an epic journey that rips away all the layers of comfort to show us the raw, primal instincts ticking away underneath it all. We're going to follow a dog named Buck as he gets torn from this life of total ease and thrown headfirst into the brutal, frozen world of the North.
At its very core, this book asks one incredibly powerful question. What really happens when civilization just gets stripped away? And this isn't just about a dog, right? It's about that thin layer we call our modern world, and the powerful ancient instincts that are lying just beneath the surface, in Buck and, you gotta wonder, maybe in all of us.
So these are the two worlds at war in this story. On one hand, you've got the domesticated world. Think a sun-drenched valley, comfort, the rules of man, where having a full belly is just a given. And on the other hand, a totally different reality. The primal world, the frozen north, a place ruled by the brutal law of the fang, where hunger is your constant companion. Buck is about to be violently tossed from one of these worlds into the other.
To really understand the journey he's about to take, we have to start with the world he lost. So let's begin with Buck's life as a civilized king.
So, this is Buck. And he wasn't just some pet, no, he was the undisputed master of his domain. A huge, magnificent dog living on a sprawling California estate, respected by everyone. His world was just warmth, easy routines, and the gentle hand of his human family. He knew absolutely nothing about hardship or cruelty.
But that entire world? It's about to be completely shattered. His brutal awakening starts right now as he's forced to learn the unforgiving laws of the North.
In just a single act of betrayal by a gardener he trusted, Buck's life is turned completely upside down. He's kidnapped, sold, and shipped north to the Yukon. I mean, can you imagine the shock? His world of sunshine and comfort is violently replaced by a cage, a club, and the bitter, bitter cold of the gold rush, a place where strong dogs were suddenly worth more than gold itself. This right here is the first and, honestly, the most important lesson of his new life, the law of club and fang. It's the unwritten code of the wilderness, and it basically says that might makes right, being sentimental is a liability, and survival is the only thing that matters. This isn't some rule book you can study. For those who can't adapt, it's a death sentence.
And he has to learn, fast. The first lesson comes from a man with a club, and it teaches him he's no longer a king, he's now a subject of brute force. The second lesson, from watching other dogs, is that to fall down in a fight is to die, period. But the most profound lesson, that one is internal. He has to stop thinking like a pampered pet and start listening to those ancient, forgotten instincts that are stirring deep inside him.
So after learning these really brutal lessons, Buck doesn't just survive, he actually begins to thrive. This next phase is all about him being forged into a true master of the trail. His journey is really marked by a whole series of masters, and each one teaches him something different. With the careers Perrault and Francois, he learns teamwork and the discipline of the sled trail. Under a Scotsman, he learns to just endure relentless, back-breaking work. And then he suffers under Hal, Charles, and Mercedes. They represent the absolute worst of humanity out here, incompetent, arrogant, and just plain cruel. Their foolishness is a death sentence in the wild. And then he meets John Thornton. John Thornton literally saves Buck from the brink of death, and in doing that, he forges this incredible, unbreakable bond with him. And this isn't about force or work, this is about genuine love and devotion. This relationship becomes his last fragile anchor to the world of man, a powerful reminder of the loyalty he's still capable of, even as the call of the wild gets louder and louder. But even a bond as powerful as that one can't silence the call forever. So now we've arrived at the final part of his transformation. This is the answering echo, where a true legend is born.
When Thornton is tragically killed, that's it. That final anchor to the human world is gone. The last link to his civilized past is broken forever. And now there is absolutely nothing left to hold him back. The grief is overwhelming, of course, but it's also liberating. He is finally completely free.
And as that human connection fades into memory, something else gets way, way more intense. The call he's been hearing from the deep woods, the howling of wolves. It becomes this irresistible pull. It's the voice of his own primal nature, the echoes of his wolf ancestors calling him home.
And with that simple, incredibly powerful line, his transformation is complete. He turns his back on campfires and men and runs with the wolf pack, not just as a visitor, but as a brother. He has fully and completely answered the call he was born to hear.
But he doesn't just disappear. Oh no. He becomes a legend. The local Yihat tribe starts telling stories of a ghost dog that leads the wolf pack, this mythic creature that embodies the untamable spirit of the Northland. The pampered king from California is now a force of nature.
And so that brings us right back to where we started. Buck's story is this amazing exploration of nature versus nurture, and it leaves us with this lingering question. In our own comfortable, civilized lives, what ancient primal call from the wild still echoes somewhere deep inside of us, just waiting to be answered? Thanks for digging into this story with me.